Live from Ali Gymnasium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions, simply the best in high school sports television, is proud to present the CIF Sac-Joaquin section, Les Schwab Tires, basketball playoffs tonight. In their quest for the section title, your number 2 seed Metro League champion Nevada Union Lady Miners take on the Delta League's number 15 seed, the Elk Grove Lady Thundering Herd. It's right here, coming up next on your NorCal Game of the Week. Unwrap the 2006 playoff season with a home game against the Elk Grove Thundering Herd. I'm Jim Adams along with Alan Barros. Our producer-director tonight is Gil Dominguez, and of course the entire Touchdown Production sports team is ready for tonight's Division I showdown. And Alan, the Lady Miners enter the playoffs this year with a lot of momentum.
And that's right, Jim. This year the Lady Miners have won the Metro Conference title outright for their second consecutive league title, but unlike last year when they were on the road for the first round of the playoffs, they've received the number 2 seed in the Division I playoffs, and they're hosting a playoff game here tonight in Grass Valley.
And their opponent for tonight, representing the Delta League, is the Lady Thundering Herd from Elk Grove.
And Elk Grove comes into this game as the 5th place team from the Delta League, and they have a youth movement going on with freshman Kalani DeSoto scoring 339 points on the year, averaging 13.6 a game, and sophomore Kara Boyles adding 267 points. And on the defensive side of the ball, look for senior Megan McDermott to lead the way with their 22 block shots coming into tonight's game. And look for the DeSoto and McDermott combination. They have 262 rebounds this year.
And for the Lady Miners, they can boast the Metro League MVP, Caroline Reeves, as well as first-team All-League players Olympia Jacobs and Sarah McAtee. We expect a lot from this trio tonight, and so, as our pregame show continues, we'll hear from head coach Dwayne Gansky and look at playoff grids after we pause to let you know that the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Liberty Motors. Owner Gary Alkenbrack invites you to both locations of Liberty Motors to see the latest in automotive technology from Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth. And with so many finance options and rebate offers now available, along with a selection of cars, trucks, and 4x4s ready for delivery, Liberty Motors is ready to solve your transportation needs.
Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Rentals. Rental manager Craig Arthur wants you to know that you always find the right tools at HB Rentals. He carries only the best from Caterpillar, John Deere, Bobcat, and Kubota. And now that HB is expanded, there's even more room for the professional rental equipment you need. Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Rentals.
Suburban Propane. Suburban Propane is everywhere. They play basketball in the foothills, in Grass Valley, Auburn, and Colfax, and they're proud to be named Nevada County's best propane company. So when you see those big white trucks with the red stripe, you'll know Suburban Propane is in your neighborhood, just like they've been for the last 76 years. Suburban Propane.
Beam Easy Living Center, selected as the 2005 Business of the Year by the Grass Valley Nevada County Chamber of Commerce. The Beam Center is a 5,000 square foot showroom for you to explore the latest in home theater, audio, and plasma TVs. So why just watch the Olympic Games when you can be there with HD TV? They're all on display at the Beam Easy Living Center.
This NorCal Game of the Week is being presented by Touchdown Productions, simply the best in high school sports television, now broadcasting 31 times a week on our NorCal network of stations. This is Jim Adams, along with Alan Barrow, saying thank you for choosing us tonight for your family's entertainment, and be sure to join us next week as we continue to follow all the local teams on the road to Arco Arena and the section title. This Miners team has developed into a very special squad, and as we enter the postseason, high hopes here from Ali Gymnasium for the Lady Miners. And it starts right off at the top with Coach Dwayne Gansky, and Gil is out at center court with Dwayne. Gil?
Thanks a lot, Jimmy, and it's playoff time at Ali Gymnasium. With us is, of course, Coach Dwayne Gansky, and I was just mentioning to him that looks like you guys cloned a few Miners out there.
Yeah, we about doubled our squad. We brought up 7 kids from the JV and 6 kids from the JV, 1 from the freshman. So we all of a sudden look like a real formidable squad out there.
Right, instead of just the 9 girls running out. And it is a special time for the whole program to be involved in the playoffs.
Yeah, we've worked hard this year to try to include the freshman and JV programs in what we're doing, and started a mentor program where we match kids up on the various teams so they could support each other. And we're just hoping that the playoffs will bring some excitement throughout the 3 levels.
Well, I'm sure they will, although a little bit disappointing crowd here. I would have hoped for a little bit bigger crowd tonight.
Yeah, you just never know on a weekday, what you're going to get. But, Elk Grove's here, we're here, we're going to play some good basketball.
That's right. You're going to play it if there's nobody in the gym.
That's right. It's just, it's right now it's about the kids and about, how hard they've worked to get here, and just really happy for them to be able to host the home game, and we're hoping we can get a win tonight.
Well, that is big, hosting the home game, and of course being the number 2 seed in the division, that's got to be huge for you guys.
Yeah, the 2 seed, you're supposed to get an opponent that didn't have as successful of a season as you had. So, Elk Grove 7-7 in the league, but they played in a tough league. But you work hard to get the home spot and hopefully advance in the first round.
Now, also on the basketball news, they came out with the league MVPs and the all-league teams, and you got to be happy with the way that worked out.
We're really excited. Caroline Reeves getting the most valuable player as a sophomore is just, huge. We're really excited that she was honored that way by the other coaches in the league. She does so many things for us. She brings the ball up under pressure. She scores for us. She every night is assigned the best player on the other team and hardly ever comes off the floor. I mean, she has to play a lot of minutes and do a lot of things, and she's done them all exceptionally well, and the league honored her with that very prestigious award. And then Olympia Jacobs, Sarah McAtee got first team all-league, and well-deserved. They're great kids, and they've done well, and it's nice to get those honors and recognition of their accomplishments.
Well, 2 different kids also. You got Olympia Jacobs ending her high school career, senior this year, and you got Sarah just beginning it along with Caroline.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for him later on.
Yeah, 2 of those kids are sophomores. Olympia playing in her last few games here in high school, and we were very fortunate to get her to come over here, and she's just played great for us, and I've enjoyed coaching her, and it's always sad to see seniors go, but hopefully she's going to go out with a bang and get us some more wins.
Well, she has to have one of the quickest fast breaks that I've seen.
She finishes really well. Gets out. We've been able to get the ball out to her early, and she finishes well around the rim with either hand. And then she's developed this outside game. She's our leading 3-point shooter, so it's tough to defend her. You got to get up on her and crowd her, and then get too close, she's going to take you to the rim.
Now, I was talking to her before the game. She said a lot of the teams now are double teaming her. It's something she wasn't really accustomed to over at Forest Lake. They had so many different weapons. They couldn't double team just one person, but they've been kind of doing that to her lately. What did you tell her how to defend that?
Well, what they're doing a lot of is they're running some junk defenses against her, what we call a box and one or a diamond and one. They got 4 kids playing zone and 1 kid just matched up on her trying to deny her the ball wherever she goes. And, that gets frustrating. J.J. Reddick faces it at Duke, and, a lot of the great high school and college players face that kind of junk defense. And, it's just sometimes it can take a kid out of the game, and other times, the other players find it easy to get their games going because there's not so much attention on them. And fortunately for us, that's happened. Some other kids stepped up and played well.
So is that what you told her to do? Just, try to work out of it and give the ball to somebody else?
Yeah, we're not doing anything special. We just try to take advantage of the other 4 kids out there who really aren't being defended real tight. There's so much attention placed on her. So we don't feel like we're a one-person team. We got other players that can play, and we're just trying to take advantage of those opportunities.
Now, of course, tonight is the first of 2 playoff games here at the Ally. The boys are here tomorrow. I know you've been talking to Jeff. He's pretty excited about his game also.
Oh, absolutely. The girls are sporting some league championship T-shirts today that the boys also have the same ones. So there's a lot of school pride right now in the basketball program. We're just feeling good that both the girls and the boys got the number 2 seeds, and we're hoping we can just keep this thing going.
Well, I'm sure you will. Elk Grove in the house, first-round opponent, number 2 playing number 15. Mathematically, it says that you advance, but you got to play the game.
Absolutely. Can't take anything for granted. Everybody's aware of all the upsets that happen in the NCAAs, and they happen in high school too, so we don't want to be one of those stories. We want to take care of business tonight on our home floor.
All right, Dwayne. Well, listen, thanks for joining us on the pregame, and good luck tonight. And hopefully we will see you in Galt on Saturday. That game time scheduled for 3:30 should the Lady Miners be victorious here tonight. Good luck.
Thanks, Gil.
All right, Dwayne Gansky there as he gets his Lady Miners ready, Jimmy, for the playoffs. And he's right. Basketball is in the air throughout the foothills. And on that note, it's with some sadness that I have to report to you tonight that we lost 3 of our playoff teams last night in the boys division, with Placer, Bear River, and Forest Lake Christian all going down to defeat in the first round. So we're down to 7 teams now in the playoffs. All 5 girls teams remain, and 2 boys teams, Nevada Union, which hasn't played yet. They'll play tomorrow, and Colfax, which won their game last night. The rest of the leagues play tonight. Forest Lake is on the road, Colfax is at home, and Bear River is on the road. So we'll have a lot of scores for you tomorrow as we do the Nevada Union boys. But right now, let's get ready and thank our final underwriters, which are bringing you all this great playoff action throughout our Foothill Network as we get ready for round 1, Division I girls basketball. It's Nevada Union Lady Miners, the Elk Grove Thundering Herd on your NorCal Game of the Week. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Gil, and we'd like to remind you that the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Port of Subs. Port of Subs is more than just sandwiches. They are good food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Their hot breakfast wraps are a great way to start your day. For lunch, their monthly specials fill you up without denting your wallet. And for dinner, they offer carefree catering with over 20 different party trays and 2- and 6-foot party subs. Call ahead or fax in your order because you don't have to wait at Port of Subs.
PNC True Value Home and Garden Center. Winter is back, so be sure you're ready for the cold weather with the help of your friends at BNC. Right now they have several winter specials available, like Fatwood fire starters, easy wood stackers, long fireplace matches, Safe Step ice melters, and an 18-inch snow pusher. It's all at BNC True Value Home and Garden Center, where help is just around the corner.
Golden Green Equipment Rentals, it's time to finish those winter projects with the help of Golden Green. At Golden Green, you'll find brand new John Deere tractors for any lawn or garden need, along with trenchers and walk-behind tillers. They even have U-Cart concrete service for those small jobs around the house. It's all at Golden Green Equipment Rentals.
Dokimos East Main Pharmacy. Why wait in long lines for a prescription when you don't feel good? Well, you won't have to wait at Dokimos East Main Pharmacy. They'll move all your prescriptions over today, and then you'll be able to enjoy the Dokimos way of doing business. Fast, friendly, and knowledgeable. They even do pharmacy compounding at Dokimos East Main Pharmacy.
This NorCal Game of the Week is being produced by Touchdown Productions. All of our telecasts are now available on DVD, so if you've played any high school sport since 1997, we've got you on the Game of the Week. That's right, every sports broadcast in our vast library is now available on DVD, so just contact the Touchdown Productions office to see if we have your game. And talk about game tonight, Alan. This is a big one for the Lady Miners. The curtain comes up on the playoffs. A year ago at this time, the Miners were in Napa after being co-Metro League champions. Lost that first game against Napa, but here they are at home 1 year later, a little bit of home cooking and waiting to take on the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, but as Coach Gansky said, it's do or die time right now. We can't take any team lightly. This will be a big game tonight. Final home game of the year. They'll be moving to Galt for the second round.
And had a little opportunity to spend some time around the team this evening, and they're loose. They're ready for this game. I think that they're confident, perhaps not overly confident. They understand the task before them. And the Miners need to go out and, as Coach Gansky said, take care of business. If they can prevail in that particular way, they should have a positive night of it. And before we go on too much longer and talk about the Thundering Herd and the Lady Miners, we're going to have the opportunity to hear our national anthem. But maybe before we do that, looks like they're a little ways away from that at this particular point. Let's talk for just a moment before the national anthem about the Miners. What are the keys for the Miners? Well, it's easy to say that it's Caroline Reeves, Sarah McAtee, Olympia Jacobs, all three of them All-Metro. In the case of Reeves, MVP of the Metro League, but there are some wild cards for the Miners tonight. Mackie Perkey, if she shoots, can be very effective. She is one of the keys to the game. They will probably be keen again on Olympia Jacobs, so Mackie Perkey is going to have her work cut out for her. And then there's the tandem of Maria Viola and Christian Woodruff, and they will also be pivotal players for the Miners in this contest tonight. Woodruff coming off the bench. And now, our national anthem. So there you have it. We're just about ready for game time. And for the Thundering Herd, there are a few players to watch tonight. Kalani DeSoto, number 3, has been an excellent player, all-league leading scorer for the Thundering Herd. Also watch for Kara Boyles, a 5'8" sophomore. And here's an opportunity to see some of the Thundering Herd. Here is number 2, Ashley Jacobs, 5'7", junior. And there is Kalani DeSoto, 5'6", freshman. Megan McDermott, 6 foot even, senior. Monique Ibarra, 5'6", senior. And then finally at 5'8", sophomore, Kara Boyles. So there is your starting lineup for the Thundering Herd of Elk Grove. A team in which we'll see a lot of man-to-man tonight. They're a small but a quick and a young team. The interesting aspect about this team, they play in the very tough Delta Division, or Delta League, and in that Delta League had a very good year this year. Although they went 500, that team boasted a lot of, that league boasted a lot of excellent teams that are in this Division I playoff mix.
Yeah, and Elk Grove's a 15-team win as well, so you can't take them lightly.
Missing tonight is John Eisenhower, and he will be missed. And there is Sarah McAtee, number 2, as we mentioned, first team All-League for the Metro Division this year, and has had an excellent season. And the MVP of the Metro League, an individual who Elk Grove can only hope to contain tonight, Caroline Reeves. And here comes one of the wild cards tonight. Number 21, Mackie Perkey. If Mackie can get hot from outside, especially with the 3-ball, she could slice and dice this Thundering Herd team. And Maria Viola, a sophomore. An excellent season for Maria. And finally, number 30, the Big O, Olympia Jacobs. Olympia coming off 2, by her standards, lackluster performances against Kennedy and then Yuba City last Friday. Expect a big game from Jacobs tonight. She's really got it revved up. And Alan, the Miners tonight have their task before them, but they definitely have the horses to make it to the finish line.
Yes, they do, yeah. With the 3 all-league selections right there, and then players like Mackie Perkey, expecting to have a big game tonight. Miners do have the horses, but of course, they do have a tough challenge for them tonight.
We'll see Reeves start, of course, and she possibly could play all 32 minutes depending upon how this game goes. And then McAtee and Jacobs, and then Mackie Perkey, as we mentioned, an individual who Coach Gansky expects a lot from tonight. And so for the Miners, here begins what they hope to be a very prosperous road into the postseason. The winner here from this game will move on to a 3:30 game on Saturday at Galt. And we're ready for some basketball. Here comes the tip, and it comes off, and Reeves loses it. It comes on over to the Thundering Herd, brings it in deep and loses it out of bounds, and it'll go to the Miners.
Yeah, good defense put on by the Miners right there, forcing her deep right on that baseline right there where she had no room to dribble with it.
Ashley Jacobs losing it out of bounds, and the Miners with a big mistake there as Reeves throws it out of bounds. Expected Maria Viola to cut towards the sideline, but did not do that. So here comes the Thundering Herd. This is Kalani DeSoto, and she drives the lane, and it comes in and out, and Sarah McAtee gets the rebound. Has Reeves with her, Reeves being hounded for a moment. And so the Miners will now be able to catch their breath and set up offensively. Over to Perkey. Perkey had a shot, did not take it, gave it to McAtee. Maria Viola. Shot clock running down. Gets it to McAtee, and she travels. So Sarah laid it up and in with that left hand, but the travel causes the turnover.
Yeah, and Ashley Jacobs was hounding her right there, not giving McAtee any room to put that ball on the ground.
Kalani DeSoto. She could be a problem all night for the Miners. Good weave here, and there's a nice block. But the Miners can't come up with the rebound there. Shot clock continues to run. DeSoto from way outside, can't get it go. Great offensive rebound by the Herd, and lays it in.
And
Tara Boyles.
And the Thundering Herd are a pretty good rebounding team right there, averaging about 33 rebounds a game.
Definitely, Alan, one of the areas in which they lead the Miners, that in rebounding. So initially, one of the things on which the Miners are going to have to focus is that rebounding. But here's Reeves for 3. Can't get it to go, but Viola tries to put it up. She can't get it. McAtee, yes! Sarah McAtee hits for the first 2 points of the evening for the Miners, and that ties it up at 2. DeSoto has Boyles on her right. She takes it all the way to the hoop and hits and is fouled.
Yeah, from the early going, it looks like DeSoto's a player who likes to drive the middle of that lane right there and try to go to the basket often.
And Alan, they've been giving her the lane so far. She's really had it to drive. They have not cut her off. So the Herd at 4-2 makes it 5-2. 6:06 to go here in the first quarter from Ali Gymnasium, this Section 1 playoff game between the Nevada Union Lady Miners and the Thundering Herd. Olympia Jacobs. Over to McAtee. Reeves from outside. Has Viola switching over on her right. Almost gives it away. McAtee retains the ball. And the clock again running down. Off and nothing there for Olympia Jacobs. Didn't even catch iron. So the Herd leading 5-2 brings it back up again. Viola on DeSoto. Another nice move. Stays in the lane but dishes off. Outside. From outside. No good, and Viola with the rebound. Monica Barra missed that shot for the Thundering Herd, and McAtee has to dish it off outside, and this is DeSoto against Reeves. Back behind dribble. Nice layup. Will not fall, but another offensive rebound, and that goes up and is no good. And this time Reeves comes down with the rebound, but needs some help.
Yeah, a lot of scrappy play by the Thundering Herd in the first couple minutes. This game could be a bigger margin right now if the Herd were able to connect on more of their layups.
And offensively on the boards, Alan, they have been awesome. A young, energetic team, this Elk Grove team, and again the clock begins to run down for the Miners. And there's a foul on the play against Caroline Reeves. Let's see who'll take this one. And it was number 4, Megan McDermott. So that's the first team foul. And now Reeves, who has been a very handy free throw shooter.
And here's a replay right there as you see Caroline Reeves driving the lane with time running down on the shot clock. Jumps, stops, puts it, jumps, then puts it up. She goes to the line.
And Reeves misses the first free throw. Still 5-2. 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Second shot falls. So 5-3. And now they switch. Reeves is on DeSoto. From outside, almost a travel there. Gives it back on over to DeSoto from McDermott. McDermott tries to hook the screen, but that won't go. Way outside. Long shot, yes! Kara Boyles hits for a big 3 ball. 8-3 early on. Mackie Perkey has Olympia Jacobs over, but instead Maria Viola hits almost from the free throw line. Viola has had an excellent season for the Miners, a very all-purpose player. Here comes DeSoto trying to get the offense going for the Herd. Nice block there and goes out of bounds with 12 seconds on the shot clock. To be inbounded by DeSoto. Comes back over to her, almost loses it out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the hoop and draws the foul. So Brittany Reed, who brings a lot of energy off the bench for Elk Grove, is not normally a starter. In fact, this last week got fitted with contact lenses because they wanted her to be able to see the ball better. And here we go, Alan. Here's this foul.
Yeah, you see Reed coming up towards the basket, ends up drawing the foul. Herd doing a pretty good job being aggressive on offense in the early going.
Reed misses the first free throw. Still 8-5, 3.5 to go. And the second one rolls around and goes in. Here comes Jacobs on the left side. Goes around, puts it up, but that will not fall.
Yeah, she had to force that one up with her left hand right there. It was short of the basket.
DeSoto. And there's a steal by Mackie Perkey. Carolyn needs to call timeout, and instead they draw the jump ball. Miners with the possession arrow since the Thundering Herd got the opening tip. And for the Miners, down by 4 with less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Only 5 points so far in this first quarter. And a nice bank for Caroline Reeves. Puts it off the glass and scores. 9-7 in favor of Elk Grove. Boyles to Jacobs. Hits Boyles underneath, and the foul is drawn. So a nice play there by Kara Boyles. Let's take a look at this Reeves shot.
Finds Caroline Reeves underneath, backs out, dribbles, puts up that hook shot right there. Not in the greatest position for the shot to be put up, but banks it right off the glass and in.
Boyles hits the first one, 10-7, and that's 11-7. And Coach Gansky was delivering a signal to his offensive players, and the referee thought that they were calling timeout, so he called timeout there, gave the ball back to the Miners without registering a timeout. Reeves comes around that left side, jump shot from there, and hits. Reeves looks hot early on.
Yeah, Reeves.
Coach Benson said that he could only hope to contain Reeves tonight. They don't really have an answer for her defensively, and so far she has been excellent.
Yeah, she makes so much happen offensively. You try to put too much emphasis on her, it's going to leave other players open.
And another jump ball on another great offensive play by the Thundering Herd. The initial shot was missed. However, Megan McDermott battled hard for that rebound, got a jump ball, and the possession remains with the Thundering Herd. Number 2 in rebounds.
Yeah, she's a load off the glasses. She usually brings down about 6.2 rebounds a game.
DeSoto from way outside. That won't fall, and Maria Viola gets the rebound. Miners moving quickly here. Has Olympia Jacobs, gets it on over to her. However, a nice deflection there by Brittany Reed. Miners take their time setting up offensively. Reeves is fouled. So Caroline Reeves early on here, Alan, is pretty much running the offense.
Yeah, it looks like she's put it into her hands right now. Knows that she has to be the leader of this team.
And let's take a look at that one there, Alan.
Yeah, you see Reeves driving on the left side. She stops, puts up the shot, and gets hit in the elbow right there as that shot goes up, and she's fouled.
Now that was not a shooting foul, apparently. Mackie Perky needs to call timeout and does not. So the 5 seconds expire, could not get the ball inbounded. A situation where the Miners could have burned a timeout here in the first half and retained the ball. They had an opportunity to tie the game. However, 11-9 Elk Grove, 1:23 to go in the first quarter. Wide open, drives the lane. It's going to come up way short, and Sarah McAfee has the ball. Has Olympia Jacobs breaking quickly, but can't quite get the ball to her. Caroline Reeves, who has so far befuddled the Thundering Herd offensively. From outside, 3 ball, hits the rim and will not fall. Good defensive rebound as Sarah McAtee was blocked out there by Ashley Jacobs.
Yeah, it looked like that was the shooting the ball was kind of Olympia's second option there. It looked like she looked for a pass first, but couldn't find anybody open, then took the shot.
DeSoto from way outside, and another offensive rebound underneath it. Comes back outside now. And Boyles has it. DeSoto gets that ball back again. A great rebounding advantage for the Thundering Herd here in the first quarter. From way outside again, comes off the front of the rim, and Reeves knocks it out of bounds, and it will stay with the Thundering Herd. So, Alan, they're doing everything right here on the offensive boards in the first quarter.
Yeah, Miners just have to get a little bit more aggressive, do a better job boxing out.
And DeSoto hits. So finally, on about their 4th opportunity, they grab the basket. 13 seconds to go here. You'd have to think that Reeves is aware of the clock. Comes back outside, and Mackey shouldn't even touch it, and she does as the horn sounds. So a little bit of a frustrating quarter for the Miners, in which they only score 9 points, and at the end of one, it's 13-9 in favor of Elk Grove. Allen?
And you know, Jim, a lot of times these lower-seeded teams, you see it in sports a lot of times like Elk Grove, they kind of take an approach of, say, us against the world. You know, they just kind of got to forget about their seeding right now and just play hard and aggressively, and they've been doing a good job doing that tonight, and that's what has put them in the lead after one quarter of play.
And for the Miners, even with all the horses that they have and with the tremendous success that they've had in the Metro Division so far, they're behind by 4 points, and let there be no doubt they need to take care of business tonight, and they need to have a good second quarter.
Yes, they do. They got pretty much a good 3 quarters of play from the rest of the way on, because it looks like Elk Grove's bringing it tonight. They're playing a really aggressive style of basketball tonight.
Coach Benson noted in pregame that this was a very young and energetic team, and on the boards, they have really out-hustled the Miners so far.
Yeah, and the young team, their 2 top scorers in Boyles and DeSoto, they're a sophomore and a freshman respectively.
So the Miners will have the opportunity to inbound the ball here, limited to only 9 points in the first quarter, which is fairly low for the Miners. So Reeves will bring it up. She had an excellent first half. Too far, but Miners will come up with an offensive rebound. Mackie Perky tries to get it to Viola, but it's saved in nicely by Ashley Jacobs. Boyles from outside, 3 ball, won't fall, and a heavy foul there. That's got to be against the Elk Grove player, which is Ashley Jacobs, and that will be the 3rd team foul for the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, good break for the Miners right there. It's always nice to pick for a team to commit a foul against you when it's really not necessary.
Well, and you know, that just shows that they're crashing these boards hard, Alan. They really want these rebounds. Mackie Perky from outside, can't quite hit. That will be a 3-point shot, so she will go to the free throw line for 3 shots. And Alan, with the Miners trailing by 4, this is a big opportunity for the Miners.
Yeah, it can be a huge turning point in the ball game as well. As the aggressiveness by Elk Grove right now, here in this second quarter, not doing so well for them as they commit 2 fouls in a short amount of time.
First shot is good. Christian Woodruff waiting to check in for Nevada Union. She should, after this shot, you would think, probably will spell Maria Viola. Second one will not fall. So Viola comes out, Woodruff comes in. Miners ready to shake things up here a little bit. Perky's 3rd shot will not fall, but McAtee with the rebound and scores. So an opportunity for the Miners on the offensive boards there results in a basket, cuts the lead to 1. 13-12 here early on in the second quarter from Allied Gymnasium. Reed from outside comes off, but again an offensive rebound by DeSoto, and she picks it up and puts it home.
And there's the Thundering Herd again, just crashing those boards. DeSoto just a force everywhere out there, whether it's running the offense or getting underneath and getting rebounds.
Christian Woodruff is blocked, gets her rebound and puts it home. So Woodruff scores there, and it's 15-14. Boyles looking for Reed, is defended there by the Miners, and now Olympia Jacobs has a steal. She has Reed's back to her, tries to go around her, and scores, but it'll be a travel. And Mackie Perky comes up to the referee to object to that call.
Yeah, much to the dismay of this crowd right here. You know, I didn't see the travel right there.
And although Olympia Jacobs let it go, Mackie Perky led the charge there.
And you know, as team captain, that's what you got to do. You got to be there to fight for your team.
Perky comes out to get a blow. Lauren Wardell comes in for the Miners. Reed up high, starts to run the offense here. Nice screen, and Jacobs gets it and puts it up, but it's no good. So Ashley Jacobs had a good look at that shot. Here is Wardell, and she's fouled. So Lauren Wardell will go to the line with an opportunity to give the Miners the lead. Down 15-14, 6:07 to go. And let's take another look at that call that was called a travel.
Here she puts down the dribble, one step. Now they're probably saying she dragged her left foot before she took that first step that we saw.
Wardell ties the game. Second shot is also good. So for the first time tonight, Nevada Union has a lead 16-15. It comes with 6:07 to go in the second quarter. And now, which has been their benchmark throughout the season, the Miners need to tighten down defensively. However, Kalani DeSoto has another idea, and she hits with a three. Wardell drives again, gets it underneath the Woodruff, and she scores.
Yeah, Miners doing a better job right now moving the ball, working it down low for good wide open shots here in the second period of play.
Christian Woodruff there. We are tied at 18. Jacobs outside to Reed. Reed can't get it to go. Another one of those almost offensive. She needs to call timeout, but instead she gets it to Woodruff. Here comes Reeves. Miners could break fast. Possible 2-on-1. Wardell from way outside. Can't get it to fall. Miners looking for a rebound. Jacobs fighting for it, but instead here comes Reed for it. Elk Grove. Boyles setting the offense up high. DeSoto, who has been lethal all night. Reeves with that assignment, perhaps one of her tougher ones of the season. And a nice running hook that will not fall that results in another offensive rebound, a third offensive rebound, and this time Reed is fouled by Maria Viola. So the Thundering Herd is relentless on those offensive boards, Alan.
Yeah, they're averaging they get about 33 rebounds total per game. They have about I'm guessing at least 10 offensive rebounds already at this stage of the game. And here's another look. You see the shot put up by the Herd. Ball comes in right there to Reed. Get the ball again, put it up. She's fouled.
Coach Benson, prior to the game, said that he believed that one of his wild cards tonight was Brittany Reed, and this is Brittany Reed at the free throw line. She has already been a force in this game. She comes off of the bench for the Thundering Herd. She misses the first one, 19-18, 4:42 to go. Jacobs yet to get hot. Lauren Wardell. Woodruff has been a power underneath in the minutes that she's gotten here in this second quarter. Jacobs needs to make something happen. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Reeves will have to launch it, and it doesn't get anything. Shot clock expires, but DeSoto gets the rebound. Fast break here to Reed. Reed to the hoop, puts it up, won't go. Reeves with the rebound, has to fight her way through DeSoto to get it. And here comes Lauren Wardell. She has a shot from way outside, won't go. Thundering Herd fights for the rebound, but Megan McDermott comes up with it. Thundering Herd by 1, less than 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. DeSoto seemingly will shoot from anywhere, but this is Boyles. Oh, a nice fingertip roll, but she can't get it to fall. Big possession for the Miners. Down by 1, 19-18, and there's Lauren Wardell, and she's fouled. So Lauren will again go to the line for 2 with 3:32 to go in the second quarter, and another chance to give the Miners the lead.
You got to hand it to Monique Ybarra from Elk Grove right there to get back and commit that foul right at the last second to prevent Lauren from getting the easy layup.
And you take a look here, Alan, you got to give Wardell credit because she's getting open and the Miners are getting her the ball.
Yeah, she did a good job right there getting right under the hoop for it. Put herself in the situation to get to the free throw line.
Wardell has missed her first shot. We're still at 19-18. Olympia Jacobs, Sarah McAtee, Maria Viola on the bench right now. Emily Ryan comes in for the Miners. Second shot is good. So we're tied at 19. A little bit more than 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. Nice move by DeSoto, but can't quite get it on. And Reeves brings it up quickly. Had that hot hand in the first quarter. Can't get that one to go down, and it comes off the left side of the rim, and of course DeSoto has it. Brings it up behind the back, drives the lane, and there's a foul, and I guess it'll be called on Lauren Wardell.
Yeah, it looked like kind of a ticky-tacky call right there. She was looking to pass while the contact was made.
Only the 5th team foul on the Miners. Thundering Herd has 6. And a nice deflection by Reeves. She will go in all alone and score.
Yeah, Reeves right there able to get Jessen off contact on the ball, just tipped it a little bit.
And almost an errant inbound pass, but DeSoto drives the lane again and scores from the right side. DeSoto showing why she's an all-league player in the Delta League. And we're tied again at 21. A back-and-forth contest. Wardell to Emily Ryan. Reeves is fouled there, interesting, by DeSoto.
Yeah,
by Reed.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a soft foul right there, but fortunately for Reeves now, she gets to the line as we're in the 1-and-1 situation as Elk Grove has 17 fouls in this half.
Very important for the Miners from the free throw line. Normally a rather reliable team, this Nevada Union squad from the free throw line, and of all of the Miners, Caroline Reeves, one of the more accurate. So here she is at the line for 2 with our game tied at 21, 2:26 to go. First shot is good. I said she was there for 2, but it was actually 1-and-1. Since she makes the first one, she has a chance to give the Miners a slight 2-point bulge. And it's off the front rim. But McAtee fights for the rebound, gets it, but can't score with that left hand. Too far under the basket.
Yeah, McDermott was just hounding her down low right after she got the rebound, forcing her to put up a bad shot.
Reeves has had trouble with DeSoto tonight, has given her perhaps one of the larger challenges she has had this season. We thought Jazzy Johnson was a handful from Kennedy. Well, this DeSoto has been something else. There's a shot. Miners finally get that rebound. And here they come quickly. Lauren Wardell. Caroline can't quite get her the ball, but lays it in off the glass.
Yeah, Caroline's done a good job tonight putting up shots that don't look like they're going to go in, but she's done a good job making those hook shots off the glass.
An awesome offensive play in which she shows why she's the MVP of the Metro League. Speaking of MVPs, here's DeSoto, but she can't score. Good defense by Reeves. Hounded her to the basket. DeSoto, mad at Lauren Wardell, gives her a glance to the left side, and the Miners want timeout and take it. Their largest lead of the night, 24-21, and on that play, let's take a look. Okay, let's take a look at the layup here.
Yeah, see, ball rebounded by Woodruff. She finds Caroline Reeves streaking out of the backcourt, coming up. Miners have a 2-on run right now with Reeves and Wardell going up court. Reeves is looking to pass the ball to Lauren, but Reeves unable to get to her. Reeves takes it up herself, puts up the hook.
And Caroline
right
Allen,
she
has a nose for the basket, but then the interesting play was when we came down the other end, and when the rebound was made by the Miners, Lauren Wardell shoved DeSoto, and DeSoto gave her a menacing glance. But for the Miners, not only a 3-point lead, but a possession here. McAtee back in, Kylie Clark checks in. Jacobs is back in with Perkey and Christian Woodruff. Miners need to get Jacobs hot. Looks like she got kneed there a little bit, but 9 seconds on the shot clock. It too is running down. Here's the little Kylie Clark from outside. Front rim, no good. Woodruff with a big rebound. Blocked, gets her own rebound. Gets it off the rim and no good. Another offensive rebound. This is McAtee, and she is fouled.
Yeah, we've been talking about how Elk Grove did a good job, doing a good job off the offensive boards. Good sequence for the Miners right there. Woodruff did a good job playing aggressively after she got her shot blocked, got the rebound again, was able to find McAtee. Now she's at the free throw line.
And Alan, that time the Miners were relentless on the offensive boards. First shot is good. 25 to 21. Let's take a look, Alan, at that sequence for the Miners.
McAtee has the ball right now, puts up the shot, and she's fouled. Now that's where she stands now at the free throw stripe.
And she hits the second, too. A lot of iron, but with 55 seconds to go, the Miners will take it. Now ahead by 5. DeSoto has been thwarted from way outside, off the rim and no good, and Woodruff battles for the rebound. Christian Woodruff, a good force underneath, and here's Jacobs. Almost fakes herself out and turns the ball over to DeSoto. It'll be DeSoto against Kylie Clark. A nice dish there on the play and a foul that almost falls. Mackie Perky will pick up the foul against Monique Ibarra.
Yeah, Ibarra was just driving the lane. Mackie just kind of took a step in front of her and just was in Ibarra's way, and that's where the foul was drawn.
Well, DeSoto was very intelligent. She dished off to Ibarra, and Mackie and Kai Ling had both collapsed to DeSoto, and so all Mackie could do was foul her. Makes the first one as well as the second one. 3-point game with 30.4 seconds to go. Miners could save it for the last shot. Here's Kai. Almost travels. Gives it over to Perky. Woodruff is underneath. Dishes it to her. 17 seconds, but throws it out of bounds. Over the head of Olympia Jacobs, and a perfect situation here for Elk Grove. 14.9 seconds to go in the first half. Down by 3. DeSoto will slow it down. Jacobs on her. Looked for the steal. Couldn't get it. And she drives to the hoop but can't get it to fall. Miners need a rebound, but it goes out of bounds with 0.8 of a second to go. Miners ball. They need a big break. She needs to try, well, I thought maybe she would try to lob it deep to Olympia Jacobs, but instead does the safe play and gives it to Kylie Clark, and the first half is over. But Alan, this Thundering Herd team has been very impressive. They're only down by 3, 26 to 23 as we reach halftime.
Yeah, Elk Grove definitely came to play tonight. They've been really aggressive on both ends of the ball, just being relentless off the boards right now. That's kept them in this ball game and made it only a 3-point game. But Miners right there kind of woke up offensively that second quarter, putting it up 17.
Well, let's face it, what was the difference between the first and the second quarter? Miners rebounded better defensively and rebounded better offensively, and that's the type of effort that they're going to need. They also found a way to slow down DeSoto. DeSoto had a big first quarter. In the second quarter, as long as Reeves was on her, she didn't do as well as when Reeves was off of her. So the Miners definitely have their work cut out for them. And if they thought that this was going to be an easy matchup and a free pass to Galt, they were mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think DeSoto's came off the floor yet this game, so look for maybe to get fatigued a little bit in the second half. And if that happens, that'll be a good sign for the Miners.
Well, and let's face it there, Alan. Coach Benson has to realize that if he hopes to advance, which he hopes to do, he's going to have to stick with DeSoto for probably the rest of this second half. This will be her breather at halftime. This NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Liberty Motors. Liberty Motors is the place to turn for all your transportation needs. That's why Liberty Motors is the diesel depot for all of Northern California, and GM Ernie Shoemaker wants you to know that with over 30 Dodge Ram trucks on display, Liberty Motors has the truck you need with the accessories that you want at Liberty Motors.
Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Rentals. Hanson Brothers Construction has years of experience in the construction industry, and they're one of the area's largest. Jeff Hanson and his crew are always ready to help you, whether you're cutting a road or clearing a house pad. Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Rentals, helping to build a better Nevada County, one project at a time.
Suburban Propane, everyone has different propane needs, and that's why Suburban Propane has learned that there's only one way to deliver propane to you, and that's your way. That's why they were voted Nevada County's best. They also remind you to check your tank today, now that winter has returned and those cold winter nights are back upon us at Suburban Propane.
Beam Easy Living Center. The Beam Center carries the largest selection of TVs in Grass Valley. They're your source for home entertainment with surround sound, audio, and plasma TVs. They're also the leader in sound technology and are happy to partner with the Nevada Union to create a better audio system for the Ali Gymnasium. That's the Beam Easy Living Center.
This NorCal Game of the Week is being produced by Touchdown Productions, simply the best in high school sports television. Now you can transfer those old videos of your family to DVD at the Touchdown Production duplication station. Put new life into those family memories and get them transferred to DVD for a lifetime of enjoyment. Just contact the Touchdown Productions office and we'll set it all up. Touchdown Production duplication station, just another way we serve our NorCal sports community. And as we take a look at the stats for the first half, you'll probably find that DeSoto has made a big contribution. So has Boyles, and so coming off the bench has been Brittany Reed. So a really good combination of production here for this Thundering Herd. And I'm sure, Alan, that they're glad exactly where they are.
Yeah, being down by only 3 points at halftime to the number 2 seed. When you're on the underdog, you got to be happy with that because you know you're still in this ball game and you have just as good of a chance as to win the game.
Let's take a look at a replay here from this first half. And here was
that ball thrown up there by the Thundering Herd. Rebounded there by Woodruff. She throws it right out to Reeves. Here it is again as Reeves and Wardale have that 2-on-1 going. It's Reeves streaking up the court. She wants to pass the ball to Wardale, but then she sees she can't get that pass off, so she just takes the ball into her own hands, puts up that hook right there, banks it right in off the glass and into the hoop.
So an excellent play, a good nose for the basket. And here are the matchups. Fairfield, as you can see, playing Edison tonight. And then on Saturday, the winner of that game will play the winner of the Nevada Union Elk Grove game, 3:30 at Galt. This is your Division I girls basketball matchups right here. Division III girls basketballs, Placer there you see, playing Vanden. That's also tonight. And they won't play again until March 1. The winner of that game will play the winner of Del Oro and Sacramento. Sacramento having a fantastic season, and they will play on March 3rd. So there's your Division III girls basketball matchup of tonight. And Division IV, this is the top bracket. You see Colfax playing Calaveras. That also is tonight. And they will also play on March 1st against the winner of the Christian Brothers and Bret Hart game. And then the lower bracket of Division IV, there's Bear River playing Loretto. A lot of action tonight. One of those two teams will play the winner of the Amador-Ripon game. And that also will be a playoff game that is scheduled for March 1st. And here is Division V girls basketball. Of course, you see Forest Lake Christian playing Turlock Christian. That game also tonight. They will play on the 28th, one of those two teams, against the winner of the Sac-Waldorf-Sac Adventist game. So a lot of action here around the foothills tonight. Involving foothill teams tonight, Alan.
And you know, Forest Lake's victorious tonight will set up another rematch, most likely with Sac-Waldorf, who's knocked off the Lady Falcons twice on the season.
Sac-Waldorf seemingly having a very good team this year, as they have done a very efficient job against Forest Lake that normally is an extremely good team. But let's talk a little bit about this game tonight, Alan. What adjustments, we'll start off with the Miners, what adjustments do the Miners need to make at halftime?
Yeah, well, you know, they'll probably come out a little more aggressive to match that, the physicalness and just the scrappy play that Elk Grove's bringing. You know, I think the Miners will try to look to probably get their outside game going a little bit more, as that they haven't really done much of that so far in the first half tonight.
And for the Thundering Herd, what adjustments need they make?
Well, you know, they're doing a good job with the aggressive play, just keeping them in and stuff. You know, maybe try to find a little bit more balance in their offense, maybe try to spread it out to other people besides DeSoto. But DeSoto, you know, she's just doing a great job tonight. And, you know, she's probably going to she's going to be their horse if they want to win tonight, though.
Well, and, you know, the interesting part about it was DeSoto missed some shots down the stretch of that first half. Kudos there to Olympia Jacobs and Caroline Reeves who were guarding her. And so DeSoto has to be frustrated at a few of those misses that she had that you have to think are normally baskets she might sink. We're going to get right to the third quarter action in a moment, but we'd like to remind you that the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Porta Subs. Mark and Cindy Argento in Nevada City, along with John Larimer in Grass Valley, own the 2 Porta Subs locations and invite you for a fresh made sandwich. But don't just think of them for lunch, because they also offer wraps, salads, soups, and party trays for meetings or watching Lady Minor playoff basketball on TV over at Port of Subs.
BNC True Value Home and Garden Center. Winter may not be over, so be sure you're prepared with your friends at BNC. Right now they have several winter specials, including oil heaters by Holmes and an outdoor patio heater, as well as a 5-pound Pine Mountain logs for your fireplace. It's all at BNC True Value Home and Garden Center, where help is just around the corner.
Golden Green Equipment Rentals. Golden Green is a complete rental service center in Grass Valley for both homeowners and contractors. Golden Green is open 7 days a week because your work never stops. They also have a newly remodeled rental center, complete with many products you need, like gloves, earplugs, shovels, and straps at Golden Green Equipment Rentals.
By Dokamos East Main Pharmacy. Dokamos East Main Pharmacy is open and ready to serve you. There's never a long line at Dokamos, so why wait anywhere else? We'll even transfer all your prescriptions today, and then you can enjoy the Dokamos difference. They perform pharmacy compounding, and most insurance plans are accepted at Dokamos East Main Pharmacy.
And we'd like to remind you that this NorCal Game of the Week is being produced by Touchdown Productions, simply the best in local high school sports television. This is Jim Adams along with Alan Barros saying thank you for tuning in on our NorCal network of stations, ACTV Channel 20, Seabridge Connections Channel 23, Lake of the Pines Channel 7, and NCTV Channel 11 in Grass Valley. So we're ready for an exciting second half. Several lead changes in the first half, a few ties also. So this has been a well-contested match, number one. Number two, the Thundering Herd have brought their game here tonight. So, Alan, this is going to be an exciting 16 minutes of basketball.
And, the lead changes really didn't start till that second quarter, as the Herd carried the momentum and the lead throughout the first quarter of play. But the Miners doing a good job getting back into it, retaking that lead. So this could be anyone's game. And, if you're going to ask Coach Benson before the night started if you're going to be down by 3 points at halftime, I think he'd be happy, because he'd be right in this game and have a chance for an upset.
And he definitely is right in this game. And the Miners come back out onto the court, and Elk Grove will get the ball to start the second half. Kara Boyles will be inbounding for Elk Grove. Monique Ibarra in the game. Ashley Jacobs. Of course, Kalani DeSoto and Megan McDermott. So here's DeSoto. Reeves on her. Miners really with their starting lineup out here also. So both teams. DeSoto thought about it and drives, puts up a left-hand wild hook that won't go. And Reeves brings it on up. Looks behind her to make sure that DeSoto won't get the steal. A very tough defense here. McAtee. 2. So McAtee hops into the lane and hits a short-range jumper to give the Miners a 5-point lead, 28-23. Ibarra over to Boyles. DeSoto a handful for Reeves in the first half. A lot of deceptive moves. Almost to the basket. And 2. Megan McDermott. And here comes Caroline Reeves. They give her the lane. She takes it but can't score. Gets her own rebound. Gets it out to Maria Viola. Mackie Perky. Underneath. McAtee all alone. Yes!
Yeah, Miners fortunate right there to get those rebounds and get those second chance points. But if you're Caroline Reeves, you got to be thinking that you need to connect on those shots right there when you have the wide open lane to the bucket.
And the Miners hit the open player there, and McAtee turned around, took one step, and with that left hand laid it right in. And the Miners go back to a 5-point lead. And Alan, the Miners are showing some of the things that got them here in the first place here early on in the third quarter.
Yeah, doing a good job right there. McAtee doing a good job right there, getting into the lane, finding those open shots right underneath the basket. Just Miners right overall tonight, they've been doing a great job in the paint, because that's where the majority of their points have came from.
And Sarah McAtee with 4 quick points to start off the third quarter. And so the Miners turn it around and now looking for a strong defensive stand. Ibarra in. Boyles. Of course, DeSoto. Almost loses it. Comes up high to Ibarra. And DeSoto's going to drive now, but dishes it off nicely. And a nice block there by Maria Viola. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's out of bounds and goes to the Miners. So a big defensive sequence for Nevada Union. And so the Miners ahead by 5 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Come up offensively. Viola with that big block 1 sequence ago. Reeves now being guarded by Ibarra, and Jacobs puts it up. Looks like she's hit on the play, but no foul called. DeSoto, Reeves on her. Nice steal by Mackie Perkey. Miners with numbers. 2-on-1 to Jacobs, and she's fouled.
And 2 crucial free throws coming up right now, because this can extend it to a 7-point lead, which would be the largest lead for the Lady Miners tonight, and a chance for the Miners to start pulling away.
Foul on Kara Boyles, and she didn't agree with that at all. But for Jacobs, an opportunity here, and misses the first one.
And here's the replays. You see Mackie Perkins dishing it off to Olympia. She puts up the shot, and she's fouled and gets herself to the free throw stripe.
Jacobs misses both of them, but back on out to her. Jacobs looking to get her rhythm. McAtee, size, 2.
Yeah, McAtee kind of got away with taking one extra step right there, but doing a great job, because that's her 6th point of this quarter.
And they need to exploit McAtee more, because there is a mismatch inside size underneath when McAtee is there. Reed, let's see what we've got here. And that'll be offensive. That'll go over to the Miners.
Well, if the Miners can keep this run going, it could be huge right there. They're the ones that are being the aggressors right now, and it looks like the Herd are starting to crumble down.
And right now the focus is on Sarah McAtee. She's getting open underneath and not being covered well. Reeves all the way, left hand, won't fall. Reed with the rebound. And she goes back for it. They didn't see it. Ashley Jacobs over to Boyles. Ibarra, Jacobs on her. Comes on out. Long from outside. 3 ball by Kara Boyles. 32-28. That takes a 7-point lead and trims it to 4. And there's a steal. But Reeves is fortunate enough to be able to retain the ball. She had a lane, but instead backed off. And here's McAtee again and scores. That's got to be at least 8 points in the quarter for Sarah McAtee.
Yeah, I'm surprised Elk Grove hasn't called a timeout right now to slow down this momentum that the Miners have and try to find an answer defensively for McAtee.
And they're going to have to try to find a way to solve her. Reed to Ibarra. Here's Boyles, who just hit that big 3 and goes all the way in, and with a left-hand scoop scores. Kara Boyles also having a hot third quarter. Miners by 4. Comes to Jacobs. Maria Viola hits. So Maria Viola with a short-range jumper gets 2. Miners back up by 6. 3:05 to go, third quarter from Ali Gymnasium. We hope you're enjoying this this championship game tonight. And almost a steal by Reeves. Left-hander and is fouled there by Sarah McAtee, and Megan McDermott will go to the line. What a great contest this has been. Just about the time that the Miners look like they're putting a little breathing room between them and the Thundering Herd, the Herd comes back and scores.
Yeah, neither team has been able to distance themselves tonight as the Herd continue to fight.
And McDermott sinks the first one. Lead down to 5, 36-31. 2:53 to go in this third quarter. DeSoto had a little bit of a break, and McAtee gets that rebound on the missed second shot. I believe that is DeSoto's first rest of the night, and that may be it for her. Jacobs backs off and now drives right around her and scores! Olympia Jacobs gets her first 2 of the night. McDermott underneath, and Mackie Perkey will have fouled her there. Miners will pick up their second personal foul there on Boyles by Mackie Perkey. Excuse me, second team foul here in the second half. 2:21 to go. Referees have done a good job of relatively letting the players decide this contest. Not a lot of foul calls. And here's Boyles. Mackie Perkey has a hard time with her and commits another foul, and Boyles will go to the line for 2. Miners by 7, 38-31. 2:09 to go here in the third quarter. Jim Adams and Alan Barros from Ali Gymnasium bringing you all of this CIF Sac-Joaquin section playoff action. And there's been some great action, Alan.
Yeah, and if there's a person on this Thundering Herd squad it's that you do not want to foul, it's Boyles. If she's only missed 2 free throws on the year, she's she's kind of looked at the thing wrong, but she's 74% free throw shooter. That's a good percentage.
3 out of 4, and she makes both of those 2. She cuts it to 5, 38-33. Maria Viola, who has done an excellent job. Would be great if Olympia Jacobs could get warm here. And there it is to Viola. Viola catches nothing but air, tries to tip it in, and the Miners save it. Great save by Caroline Reeves. Miners get a fresh possession. Here's Reeves. At the shot clock, it won't fall, and there is a violation as it expires.
And you got to hand it to McAtee to jump over towards the back right there to keep that ball in bounds originally, and then to set up Reeves to keep it in at that second time.
Woodruff will come in and spell Maria Viola. Maria did a great job here in the first 5+ minutes of this 6+ minutes of this third quarter. A minute and a half to go. Miners by 5, 38-33. DeSoto gets it to Boyles, and let's see what they call here. A 2-shot foul. Let's see if it's against McAtee, and it is. So a block on McAtee. And with 1:23 to go, and the Miners leading by 5, the very dependable Boyles is at the line for 2. She sinks the first one. And hits the second. A lot of iron, but it makes no difference. So the Miners, who moments ago led by 8, are up by 3. Lauren Wardell thought about, and there the ball's tapped outside. Olympia Jacobs all alone underneath. Ball is hit away, and McAtee is trying to grab it. They're going to call a jump ball, and I believe that will be the Miners' possession. And it is.
Yeah, lots of scrums down there tonight on both ends. Elk Grove just been relentless trying to get that ball away.
And there's 17 seconds on the shot clock. In the game last week against Kennedy, Kennedy caught a fresh 30. Makes no difference as Reeves takes the shot and misses. And here comes DeSoto with a chance to cut the lead to 1. Hits McDermott, and she hits. 38-37. This Thundering Herd team will not go away. And there's a foul against Reeves. Ybarra, who has drawn Reeves defensively, fouls her on that play. And Reeves will have 2 big free throws here with 46.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. First one is good. (39-37), Miners by a deuce. And the second shot is in and out, and Miners tried to get the rebound, but it will go on over to Elk Grove. So Miners lead by 2 with 44.4 to go in the third quarter. Here comes the Herd with a chance to tie or take the lead. DeSoto, left-hand dribble to Ybarra, to McDermott. McDermott has had a positive third quarter. Here comes Ybarra. Long pass on out to Reed, and they give her the lane, and she takes it but can't score. Miners fighting for the rebound. Comes off to DeSoto, and she hits. Tie game, 39-8.
Yeah, got to hand it to Reed right there for driving the lane, making the Miners collapse on her. After that shot, DeSoto's able to get a wide open lane right there.
10 seconds to go. Here comes Jacobs, and she scores! A big hoop, and that will end the third quarter. But don't go away now. The Miners with only a 2-point lead, 41-39. We've played 3 from Allied Gymnasium. Yeah. And the Thundering Herd, Allen, is giving the Miners everything they can handle.
Yeah, they just won't go away. Midway through that third quarter, the Miners have built up they were up by 7 at one point and looked to be getting the momentum and looking to get a comfortable lead, but those Thundering Herd came right back. Right now making it a huge, close ball game.
And here's that end of the third quarter when you didn't think the Miners were going to get anything,
Yeah,
Allen.
you see Caroline with the ball right now. Dishes it off to Olympia right behind the three-point line. She's just going to take this all herself, streaking past 2 Elk Grove defenders, stepping down, putting up the shot and in. Huge bucket right there, because you need going into the fourth quarter with the lead as opposed to being tied is huge.
Well, let's revisit some of the things. And Elk Grove only outscored the Miners, as you can see, by 1 point there in the third quarter. But with that said, the Miners only hold a 2-point lead, 41-39. And what are the keys for Nevada Union here in the fourth quarter? I think you'd break it down to finding an open Sarah McAtee and an Olympia Jacobs getting hot, and a solid fourth quarter by Caroline Reeves. Christian Woodruff, Lauren Wardell here to start off the fourth quarter. Wardell has had a strong game, and nobody from Elk Grove wants to inbound the ball, so here comes Boyles and Ybarra. And so here it begins, fourth quarter action. Olympia Jacobs looking for a steal. Steals leader for the Miners. Here's DeSoto. A lot of tapping there. Great defensive play by Lauren Wardell as she hits it out of bounds.
Yeah, good job extending her arm all the way up right there to prevent that pass from getting in down low.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Boyles, DeSoto has to back off. Boyles, Lauren Wardell on her. She'll shoot from outside and give Elk Grove the lead. 42-41, Elk Grove. Reeves almost gets the ball stolen. Lauren Wardell drives, gets it to Woodruff. Woodruff too far, can't get it to fall. Here's a fast break and a rebound. DeSoto. Miners try to steal it away. Olympia Jacobs on DeSoto for just a moment. And the Miners now match up differently. Thundering Herd giving the Miners everything they can handle. reminiscent somewhat of the game last year that culminated the minor season in Napa. And a foul is on Lauren Wardell, and that is the Miners' 5th team foul of the second half. DeSoto, McDermott can't get it to fall, and Woodruff gets the rebound. Big possession here for the Miners, down by 1. Olympia Jacobs thought about the 3, backed off. They need a big fourth quarter from Olympia. But here's Reeves all the way to the hoop and scores!
And Reeves right now, when the Miners have needed her most tonight, she's delivered for them in that first quarter when she was trailing. She kind of took the game in her own hands and got some good points. And right there, she finds herself wide open for a huge basket.
And now a turnover as Brittany Reed travels.
Let's go,
And here's the Miners ahead by just 1 point. 6:22 to go. Plenty of time, and the Miners want a full timeout, and they get it. So, Allen, this 2-point lead that started the fourth quarter has been trimmed to 1.
And right, I think it's a smart timeout right now by Coach Dwayne Gansky to get his girls to settle down right now, as Elk Grove's been giving them all they can handle right now. Just kind of take a deep breath. Right here, relax a little bit. Just tell them, run your offense like you normally do, and just settle down out there.
And you get the feeling that this game is going to come right down to the bitter end. And here is Olympia Jacobs.
And you see Olympia with the ball right now. She dribbles out. Is able to find a Reeves streaking right towards the basket. Reeves right there has a wide open lane. Eludes past the defender. Puts it in for the easy lay-in.
And the Miners are going to need to have a consistent fourth quarter here, as you can see on the board there. Only ahead by 1, 43-42. Miners consistently need to look for the open, I'll say the open man, the open player, because it seems like in Elk Grove's defensive scheme, that's where the Miners have done their best job of scoring their points. 6:21 to go here. Miners with the ball. And McAtee will inbound. McAtee had a very hot, nice play there by Reeves. Had a very hot third quarter. Jacobs almost loses it out of bounds. Over to Reeves. Lauren Wardell. Big possession for the Miners. There it is to Woodruff. She tries to lay it up. Can't do it. And DeSoto with the rebound. Here come the running Thundering Herd. Reed in the lane. Can't get it to fall. Thought she would, but didn't. Fast break. Here it is to Jacobs. Comes off of her foot. Twists around and gets it to McAtee. Lauren Wardell. Lauren breaks it. She's hit. Tripped, but no foul is called, and the Herd come up with the ball. A Herd player lost their shoe. Here it is to Reed. Coming in late on the play. Bombing from way outside. Comes off of a Herd player. Comes off of a Miner hand, and McDermott gets the rebound. DeSoto to McDermott. She thought about it, but dishes it off to Reed. Reed comes around the right side. The shot clock is stuck on 29. And here is from far out. That'll be an air ball, but a nice save. McDermott gets another chance. Can't get it to fall. And Woodruff finally gets the rebound.
Yeah, much needed rebound right there, as the Herd were able to get in every loose ball possible in that sequence.
Wardell with a shot up, no good. McAtee looks like she's fouled, and she is.
Yeah, McAtee right there down low to get the ball when they need her most right there. Is much needed.
Megan McDermott with the foul there. 4:46 to go. Miners by 1. So 2 huge free throws by Sarah McAtee. First shot is good. Lauren Wardell is out and Kylie Clark is in. Kai, excellent at ball control. And 2 excellent shots by Sarah McAtee give the Miners a 3-point lead. 4:42 to go in this exciting fourth quarter from Allied Gymnasium. Reed up high to Boyles. They give her the shot, and she hits. We're tied at 45.
Yeah, Boyle's been really reliable shooting the ball tonight. She's not somebody that the Miners can afford to leave open.
Reeves for three. That won't go. Woodruff with the rebound and puts it home. Miners by 2. 47-45. And a big defensive sequence for the Miners. And a big offensive one. Bombing from outside. Won't go. Jacobs with the rebound. Breaks out of the pack. Cuts to her left but loses the ball. It's over to Reed. Caroline Reeves on her. DeSoto puts it up but travels. And Coach Benson drops to his knees.
Yeah, a good call right there as DeSoto took at least 2 or 3 steps right there. She was going to the basket.
Brian Benson, the coach for Elk Grove, wanted to put that up for DeSoto, dropped to his knees and slid on the sidelines, and Coach Gansky says, let's take a timeout.
Yeah, he's going to have to tell them the Miners just need to handle the ball better right now. This is Elk Grove. They're trying to get every steal possible, and they're doing a better job than the Lady Miners at getting to the loose balls right in the fourth quarter. As this game, Jim, continues to be extremely even throughout this whole second half. Deadlocked here in the fourth quarter.
And there you take a look at it. Let's look at team fouls for a moment. The Miners with 5 team fouls, of course not quite in the penalty, but Elk Grove sitting comfortably at 3 team fouls with 3:48 to go in the fourth quarter. And Alan, you get the feeling that this is going to come down to perhaps the final possession, the final shot, the final sequence of this game.
Yeah, the way it's been going right now, Elk Grove just won't go away. They're just giving the Lady Miners all they can handle.
Perky, McAtee, Jacobs, Reeves, and Woodruff.
And that Delta League that Elk Grove played in right there, they finished only 5th place in the league, but it was an extremely tough league. That's given them great preparation to face the Lady Miners, the top team from the Metro Conference tonight.
And let's note this too, they are without 6'4" center Shanice Brown, who has a full ride to Washington. Tore her ACL during Game 7 of the season. Reeves puts it up. That won't fall. Reed with the rebound. DeSoto brings it up. One of the few misses by Reeves tonight. McDermott. Nice defensive play there by Olympia Jacobs and Mackie Perky with the ball. Another opportunity by the Miners. Here comes Reeves. Gets it on over to Woodruff. Woodruff from outside. Hits the front of the rim. Goes over the side. No good. DeSoto. A back and forth contest. Reed thought about the 3 for just a moment, but instead looks for her options offensively to McDermott. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 5. She'll shoot from outside. It'll be no good. Jacobs looks for the rebound, but Woodruff gets it. Here comes Jacobs. Let's see what she can do with it.
Yeah, she needs some help right now.
And there she gets it on over to Reeves. Olympia very good with the ball. 2:35 to go. Miners need a big basket here. In the hands of Caroline Reeves. Jumper. No good. Reeves has gotten a little bit cold here in the late stages of the fourth quarter. Elk Grove gets it underneath to Boyle. Mackie Perky and Olympia Jacobs, and they're going to call a foul on Olympia Jacobs. 6th team foul for the Miners. 2:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Next one will be a penalty. DeSoto ties it. We've got 2 minutes to go. We're tied at 47. Somebody needs to step up here for the Miners and take control of this game, much the same as they did against Kennedy. Plenty of time on the shot clock, but McAtee is rejected and Reed steals the ball.
Yeah, a big adjustment right there. They had 3 players right around McAtee. She had no room to maneuver once she got the ball.
And here's DeSoto off the front of the rim. No good. Miners fighting for the ball and get it. Here comes Olympia Jacobs. Over to Caroline Reeves, and the Miners want a 30-second timeout, and they get it. We'd like to remind you that at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will be naming a Lady Miners Player of the Game. And Alan, there's been some very good performances tonight from several players.
Yeah, lots of candidates out there. McAtee's done a good job stepping up in the second half, doing a good job down low for the Lady Miners. Reeves has been playing a strong game. She's been able to take over lots of points during this ball game as well.
So for the Miners, a huge possession here. For the Miners, a huge possession here, tied at 47 with 1:23 to play.
Yeah, right now the Miners, what they've got to do, they just got to slow things down, try to get the ball down low and get those open shots, because that's how they've been successful offensively tonight. And on defense, they got to out hustle the Herd right now, and not let the Herd get to the loose balls and get second chance opportunities.
So the biggest possession of the season here for the Lady Miners. Their survival in this playoff series at stake. Here's Jacobs, 5 seconds on the shot clock. She has to force it up and hits! Olympia Jacobs, timeout Elk Grove! So a clutch basket. Wait a minute, hold on here. And what did they call here, Alan? I don't know.
I guess they're calling the timeout off right there.
1:03 to go. We're now within a minute. And now the biggest defensive sequence of the season for the Lady Miners. This Elk Grove team is good at shooting three-pointers. Don't discount that. But this is DeSoto, and she gets it to roll and go.
After the Miners, you want to use a lot of clock right now to try to use as much of the shot clock and not give Elk Grove much time once they get the ball back.
30 seconds to Jacobs, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Gansky yelling instructions. Jacobs high, drives the lane. Left-hander won't go. Jacobs is hit. And Elk Grove with the ball. 10 seconds to go. One last shot. They want timeout and they take it. So the Thundering Herd, with 7.8 seconds to go, has positioned themselves for an opportunity to capture this first round game.
Yeah, that Herd wanted timeout really bad right there. So some of the players kind of came off the bench and onto the court for the Thundering Herd. Brittany Reed is on the court right there. So if the officials wanted to, they probably could have called a foul on Elk Grove right there for having too many men.
So for the Miners now, just hoping for the opportunity to have a shot at this in overtime. We're tied at 49. Elk Grove with the ball. 7.8 seconds to go in this contest.
And you know, if all the pressure right now you got to say is on the Lady Miners, as they're the heavy favorite in this ball game. They have the home game. Elk Grove, the game wasn't really supposed to be this close. Elk Grove, they just got to feel no pressure on them right now. So if they make the shot, they go home winners.
Well, and prior to the game, Coach Benson said, we've had to play well every night, and we're not just happy to be here. We want to win this game. And he surely has placed his Thundering Herd in a position to do exactly that.
And, you know, pretty much the last maybe couple of weeks for Elk Grove has been like playoff basketball for them, because as a 15 seed, you got to fight to get in, so they barely made it into the playoffs. They had to fight to get in. That fighting has really helped them out tonight, as they've been really aggressive and have a chance to win this ball game.
Miners will have to be careful not to foul under any circumstances, as that will push it into the penalty, and Elk Grove will have a chance to shoot. Ashley Jacobs to inbound the ball. Gets it to DeSoto. Here she comes. 5 seconds. Drives the lane. Outside. Too late! Too late! We'll go to OT!
Yeah, Miners stepping up on defense right there. Just not allowing Elk Grove to get any ball movement going, and that's a key for them right there, as they didn't allow Elk Grove to even get off a shot. And they're going to overtime, and it's do or die right now.
So the clock expires, and the Miners will live for another 3 minutes. So we'll go to a 3-minute overtime. We are tied at 49. None of the Miners in serious foul situation.
Yeah, we got Mackie Perky has 4 fouls on her, I believe.
Okay, Mackie
She's
has
out on the
4.
floor.
And a 4-minute overtime will decide this contest. Nevada Union does not have any overtime experience this year. Elk Grove does. And for Elk Grove, really, this is their second do-or-die game. In order to make it into the tournament, they had to win their last game against Franklin, and they did so in order to qualify. And they aren't here to participate. They are here to upset. And the Miners now, 4 minutes to go. McAtee will jump with McDermott. McDermott got the opening tip. And here's DeSoto, a direct line to the basket. And they call a foul and it counts. She wasn't even touched by Reeves.
And McAtee did everything she did to win the tip right there. Unfortunately, DeSoto just did a great job streaking down that court, showing a lot of heart right there to steal that ball away from Nevada Union. Gets herself.
And let's take a look at the replay here, Alan. I don't think she was even touched by Caroline Reeves.
Yeah, McAtee goes right there. The ball just pretty much went to DeSoto right there.
And let's take a look here. No contact at all. Doesn't matter. Miners down by 3, 52-49. Opening moments of overtime from Ali Gymnasium. McAtee drives the lane, is hit. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with Nevada Union. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here it comes to McAtee. Oh, and she's tripped. And no foul.
Yes, Elk
and
Grove
look at Reed. Reed smiles, knowing that she tripped Reeves.
Yeah, Elk Grove catching 2 huge breaks right now. After that foul they called on Reeves, that gave him the 3-point play and that trip right there.
Here it is, high to Reed. DeSoto gets underneath, but before they're going to call a foul. However, Elk Grove, the Miners are in the penalty, so Elk Grove will shoot from here on out.
Yeah, Elk Grove has a chance to extend this to their largest lead of the second half.
Three-point lead. It's no good. Miners catch a break. And they throw it out of bounds.
And the Lady Miners right now, they look pretty frustrated right now. And
they've got to get it together.
Game.
I'm kind of surprised maybe that Gansky hasn't called a timeout yet. We're down to 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first overtime. DeSoto had a shot for a moment, backs out McDermott. Jacobs, Ashley Jacobs, calling for it underneath. Here comes Boyles. 6 seconds on the shot clock. DeSoto just puts up a prayer, but gets her own rebound. And now a foul is going to be called on Sarah McAtee. And McDermott will go to the line.
Yeah, McDermott right there, she did a great job of just getting herself in position where only she can get to that ball, forcing McAtee to foul her.
.241, Nevada Union already down by 3. And she hits the first one, make that 4. Second one, no good. Woodruff with the rebound. Here comes Olympia Jacobs. Miners looking for some magic here. 2:25 to go. Jacobs defended by Boyles. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath, can't get it to fall. And a nice rebound by DeSoto. The Thundering Herd doing everything right in this overtime.
Yeah, Lady Miners have been held scoreless over the first 2 minutes, just not able to get anything going.
We're down to halfway through it. 2 minutes to go. 4-point lead, but a turnover. Miners need to dig deep here, and timeout is called.
Yeah, much expected timeout right there. They need to find a way to get something going offensively, just to get those open shots again.
And here in the overtime, on the opening tip, the Herd came out with a 3-point play, and then one of 2 free throws by McDermott. That's your 4-point edge. In the first 2 minutes and 11 seconds of the overtime, the Miners have not been successful in scoring at all. So they're going to have to devise something on the bench to get some points for Nevada Union.
And, you know, if anything, maybe they'll try to get something going, maybe try to find some open looks outside, but Elk Grove's just done a good job denying the outside game for the Miners tonight.
And the Lady Miners, although you might contend that they should never be in this position right now, this Elk Grove team has played one spirited contest. So for the Miners, a huge possession, a huge sequence here. McAtee will inbound and gets it to Reeves. Reed on Reeves. Reed has actually done a good job in this second half on Caroline Reeves. Only 13 seconds. Olympia Jacobs from way outside, and she hits a big 3-ball.
Not the prettiest shot in the world, but the Miners will take anything right now, and that's a huge shot.
Miners down by 1, 53 to 52. Jacobs cuts that lead, but DeSoto gets the lane and scores. Back to 3. Olympia Jacobs sniffing for the ball again, and she gets it blocked. And a jump ball, and the position arrow is with the Miners. So Jacobs gets her shot blocked and then forces the jump ball with the arrow in the Miners' direction, and with 1:05 to go, Miners trailing 55 to 52 will inbound the ball.
Yeah, she said after she got that block, she refused to concede possession right there and just did a great job to get the ball back for her team.
Reeves, yes! 3-ball! It's tied at 55! 52 seconds to go. Here is DeSoto. Out to Reed. Miners have clawed their way back to a tie. 40 seconds. Reeves has to peel away to pick up DeSoto. Here's Boyles driving the lane. Gives it outside. The shot, no good. Air ball. Miners can have the last shot of the overtime if they would like. But Gansky takes a timeout. The shot clock is turned off. 23.3 to play, and Nevada Union, who seemed down and out, ready to exit this tournament, has gotten renewed life, and at 55 apiece, they'll have their shot to win this game. Alan, I can't believe it.
Yeah, right after that timeout was called, the Miners came out with new life. I think, you know, if they're going to go on and win this game, I think that big turning point will be at when Olympia got her shot blocked and she came in, went to hustle for that ball and got the ball back when they got the jump ball there.
No doubt about it, and let's ask this question. Who gets the call for this final shot?
Well, there's lots of people you can go to right now. They've had a lot of success with McAtee down low. Right? Olympia's doing a lot better in the second half. She's made some huge crucial shots. That 3-pointer right there has made some big shots down the line to keep them in this ball game. Reeves has done a good job just running the tempo for this Miner offense throughout the games. I don't think there's one particular person that you can give the call to.
And moments ago, this Elk Grove squad looked destined to win this game, and now suddenly advantage Nevada Union. And the fans are on their feet. They want to be careful not to give the Thundering Herd any additional time. And their worst case scenario needs to be another overtime. Crowd extolling these Lady Miners for one more magical moment in a season that has had plenty of them. Here it comes to Reeves. Plenty of time. "14 seconds. Jacobs has the lane, puts it up, a prayer, won't go, rebound, that one won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, and with 3.4 seconds to play, it will be the Thundering Herds, and Coach Benson wants a timeout and gets it.
Yeah, Miners right there just kind of throwing up prayers right there. Elk Grove defense is doing a great job right there, denying any open shots.
So the Miners had 2 opportunities at taking the lead in this game, could not convert on either. Jacobs was the go-to person there. That was a good choice, but she couldn't get either one of them to fall.
And if the Lady Miners are going to be victorious tonight, it looks like they're going to have to do it in a second overtime, which is not the scenario you want, because it's the way Elk Grove's been playing tonight. Elk Grove just keep coming back, and when you give them life again, they've been taking advantage of it.
And before we grant that there will be a second overtime, we've got 3.4 seconds to play. And in a game that at times has been zany, we are on the brink, not there, but on the brink at going to a second overtime. Travel. Nevada Union should get 3.4 seconds. And I think they're going to reset the clock. They will reset the clock to 3.4 seconds. And so a huge error there by Elk Grove.
And if Nevada Union's ever received a gift, this has been a huge one right here, because they thought they were going to have to. It was going to take another overtime to win. Perfect chance right here to get a good shot off right here in the Elk Grove zone and win this game.
Mackey Perky to inbound. Miners need to get a decent look. So here it goes to Reeves. And it's tapped away. And time will expire. So both teams turn it over. And we'll go to a second overtime.
Yeah, Elk Grove, they're not letting the Lady Miners get anything down low. Right here, as they've came out and made huge adjustments, and they're just collapsing down low right now and denying the Miners the ball.
Well, and let's take a look at this for a moment, Alan. The Miners with 9 team fouls, one more foul, and they'll go to the double bonus. And on the other hand, the Thundering Herd only with 3 fouls in the entire second half.
Yeah, and they've been on 3 for a while, since the third quarter, I believe. They haven't fouled in a while. That's a huge advantage right now. This discipline paying off for Elk Grove.
I hope we have enough tape for tonight's telecast. It feels more like a football game as far as the length is concerned here. We have played now 36 minutes of basketball, and we'll go to a second overtime. And the Miners bring their original starters, minus Maria Viola, replaced by Christian Woodruff. And we'll have another jump, and this time I think Caroline Reeves will get behind Kalani DeSoto. They don't want a repeat of what started the first overtime. So to decide this one, it's going to have to go 2, at least. A big test here for the Miners. They bent but did not break there in the first overtime. A little bit of magic sprinkled into the formula. McAtee has lost the first 2 jumps, and DeSoto gets this one. So they get 3 jump balls here in this contest. DeSoto has had a great game tonight. Reeves rejects her, but she drives, and she steps on the line, so the Miners will get the first possession. Caroline Reeves stuffs her there, and she comes down with her foot on the line, so the Miners at 55 each get their first shot of the second overtime. We're in double overtime from Ali Gymnasium. Tied at 55 in the early stages. Woodruff Won't go. Rebound there by Ashley Jacobs. Had an excellent look. Normally a shot that she will bury. Reed to McDermott. DeSoto. DeSoto for three. No, but they get the offensive rebound and Boyles brings it back out again. The Thundering Herd will regroup. 2:56 to go in this overtime. And here is DeSoto. Wants McDermott to circle underneath. Gets it to Reed. Reed, 2-ball. Off the front of the rim, but an excellent rebound there. DeSoto gets a fresh clock. Drives underneath. That won't go. Finally, Miners with an defensive rebound. McAtee gives it to Reeves. 2.5 to go here. Woodruff. Yes!
Yeah, excellent pass right there by Reeves. That bounce pass with the left hand right there is able to get Woodruff wide open. Much needed basket.
So the Miners score first here in the second overtime. And here comes Reed. Front of the rim, no good. Woodruff with a big rebound. We're halfway through the second overtime. 2 minutes to go in overtime number 2 from Allied Gymnasium. Nevada Union with a 2-point lead, 57-55. Reeves underneath the McAtee, and she's fouled. McAtee, normally a very good free throw shooter. She's usually the one that Coach Gansky sends to the line when there's a technical and she's on the floor. And here she is with her 2 biggest free throws of the season, perhaps of her high school career. First one won't go. Needs to get at least one. 57-55 Miners. 58-55. 1:50 to go. Big offensive possession for Elk Grove. For the Miners, their biggest defensive stand of the season. Boyles, Reed, McDermott, back to Reed. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mackie Perky defends it. She'll take a 3 from outside. It won't go. Puts it up, no good. Miners need a rebound, they get it. McAtee with it.
Yeah, Miners defense.
1:10 to go.
Miners defense really picked up right now. They've held Elk Grove scoreless.
And there's a foul on Reeves. A little bit early to be doing that, but with 1:07 to go, Reeves goes to the line. Excuse me, that'll be a non-shooting foul.
Yeah, they only had 4 fouls going. Then you
so
saw
the Miners should catch a fresh clock here.
Yeah, Coach Brian Benson
and they get it
for the foul.
Call, and there it is. Reeves comes on up, has the lane, jump shot. Won't go. McAtee doesn't time her jump pretty well, or at least it came off in a strange way. We're at less than a minute. Miners by 3. You'd think the Herd would be looking for a 3-ball, but maybe not. And here it is. Outside. It's Reed. Won't go. But Boyles gets the rebound, and the Thundering Herd take a full timeout. Coach Benson immediately called for the timeout once Boyles got the ball, and with 44.8 to go, he's got to be mapping out a 3-point play here, Alan.
Yeah, you got it right now, but unfortunately, if you're an Elk Grove fan, the Elk Grove, they've gotten really cold here in this second overtime, and the Miners just doing a good job of not allowing them to take quality shots.
However, let us remind you that just about the time that the Miners looked like it was all but over in the first overtime, they came storming back to retie it, and now with the Thundering Herd a little bit on the ropes, it's their chance to perhaps have their moment to try to turn this around down by 3.
Yeah, and as you're saying, Jim, there was a point in that first overtime where the Lady Miners hadn't scored any points. I think it was the first 2 minutes, 11 seconds, but after a timeout, the Lady Miners woke up and stormed back. That's what Elk Grove wants to win this game. They'll have to do that tonight.
And take a look at here in the second overtime, Allen. They have held Elk Grove scoreless to this point. Elk Grove is overdue. Miners only have 3. They racked up 6 in the first overtime, only 3 in this one. Woodruff stays in. Perky, Jacobs, Reeves, McAtee. The same 5 on the floor for Elk Grove. Ashley Jacobs will inbound the ball. And here comes DeSoto. The fans rise in unison. McDermott high. Boyles. Shot is blocked. Miners need the rebound, and they get it. It goes out of bounds over to the Miners. 32.7 to go, and you'd have to think
they're just going to have to try to use as much clock as possible and try to avoid Elk Grove fouling them.
And here comes Reeves, and they're going to call the foul on Reed. But Reed did not look like she got much of a piece, but that still is a possession foul. So now, Allen, for the duration of this game, the shot clock will be off. And it is now a shooting foul, so 25.8 seconds to go. Caroline Reeves at the line for 1 and 1. And Reeves desperately needs to sink this first free throw.
Yeah, because if she can get the second one, get that second one to go, she can put this game pretty close to out of reach for the Thundering Herd.
Well, the first one is the important one, because the first one, if she were to make it, would make this a 2-possession game. Reeves has had this pressure before. And she hits! The Thundering Herd partisan stomp there. Second one. She hits both. Here it comes. 23 seconds to go. DeSoto brings it up. Miners need one more big defensive stand. Ball comes off of her foot, out of bounds. Miners ball! Miners ball! 16.3 seconds to go. Into Jacobs, and she's hammered. So Olympia Jacobs will go to the line. And if she can hit both of these, the lights will be out on Elk Grove, because it would then be a 3-possession game. And take a look, Alan. That bottom number underneath Elk Grove in this second overtime is huge.
Yeah, Lady Miners decided they're going to be the aggressors here in this second overtime.
And she missed everything. So 15.2, timeout is taken. And Alan, that wasn't a very good scenario for the Miners.
No,
she at least needed to hit the rim.
Not at all, because right now, with 15.2 seconds in a 5-point game, Elk Grove is still clinging to life right now as they have possession of the ball. If they can hit a basket quickly, they'll still have a chance.
They're going to have to hit a quick one, and the Miners are going to need to make them use a lot of time. So 15.2, and you know, let's face it, Nevada Union has put themselves in a position to win this game. The only way that they're not going to win is if there's a mistake somewhere along the way.
Yeah, if they're able to make their free throws once they get the ball back, because you know they're going to be fouled, they should come away with this one.
So here it comes. And it's inbounded. Here comes DeSoto. Gets it to Reed. Out high. Comes between her legs. Goes into the backcourt. Fighting for the ball. There's Olympia Jacobs underneath. But a great defensive play by Reed. Knocks it out of her hands. But it doesn't make any difference. There's 1 seconds to go. And the Miners, who are on the ropes in the first overtime, are just about ready to prevail in a heart-wrenching contest Nevada Union shuts out Elk Grove in the second overtime, outscoring them 5-0. And they will live to play another day. Nevada Union 55, Elk Grove 50.
Yeah, barn burner night, and lots of good players deserving for the Miners, but I think the girl who carried them in the second half has got to be Sarah McAtee.
Sarah McAtee is the Touchdown Productions Player of the Game. And for Nevada Union, they have dodged a huge bullet tonight here at Ali Gymnasium. And in an incredible contest that went an hour and 45 minutes, the Miners had to survive 2 overtimes and make it through really a hair-raising experience. And we're welcoming here to our broadcast area Sarah McAtee. And Sarah, just another day at the office? I said just another day at the office?
Yeah, hard one.
Yeah. Congratulations on this 60-55 victory. This Thundering Herd indeed was a Thundering Herd tonight, weren't they?
What?
I said this Thundering Herd. Go ahead and take your headset off. This Thundering Herd was indeed a Thundering Herd tonight, weren't they?
I know. They were a tough team.
Let's talk a little bit about this game tonight. Was Elk Grove a little bit more than you expected?
Well, we didn't get a whole lot on them. We didn't have any tapes on them, but we had a little bit of stats on them, so we kind of knew what to expect in terms of who was supposed to score. And I think they were a little bit more than we expected because we definitely didn't come out as strong as we should have probably. And we really need to pick that up in the coming games.
Let's talk a little bit about the third quarter. In the third quarter, Nevada Union comes out and you pretty much get a quick 8 points. What was the sequences that allowed you to be open like that, Sarah?
Well, I think most of it was just crashing the boards because I got a lot of it on offensive rebounds and just putbacks. And I think that's because we got really fired up mentally in our halftime talk. And that really helped us come out in the third quarter stronger.
Thundering Herd then comes back, ties the game, forces overtime. There had to have been a point in that first overtime where the prospects looked a little bleak.
Yeah, well, I think we were all kind of feeling it because a lot of us are coming off of sicknesses, and so we were all kind of looking for ways to get ourselves going. And that first overtime, we were just like, it was kind of like a reality check, and we were like, okay, this is really when we need to use heart and dig deeper and come out strong so we can get through this game and move on to the next playoff round.
Jacobs hits the big three
I know.
in the first overtime, and then she takes a shot that is blocked and forces a jump ball.
Well, I think we could have got a better shot off the second one, but that first one definitely was a relief. And same with Caroline's three. I think Caroline hit one too in the corner over there that really helped us. And I think that when people start hitting them, it really starts getting the energy going, and that really helps the team and lifts everyone up.
A flawless second overtime in which you allow 0 points for Elk Grove. What was it about defensively in that second overtime that allowed you to do that?
Well, I think we all knew that we needed to pick up the intensity still, and people were just continuously encouraging us. We have a huge bench now, and that helps so much because everyone's always saying encouraging things, and that really helped us come out with more intensity in the second overtime because they really came out strong in the first overtime. So we really felt it was our turn, and it's like when someone slaps you, you gotta hit them back or do something about it because they really worked hard in the first overtime, and the second overtime was our turn to step it up.
Okay, so let's pull the curtain down on this particular contest tonight. 3:30 Saturday in Galt. What does Nevada Union need to do differently in that contest, Sarah?
Well, I think we need to learn from this game in terms of being more prepared and coming out stronger all the time instead of just maybe 2 or 3 quarters or 1 or 2 overtimes. And we need to come out stronger every single second of the game.
So for the Miners, they dodge a big bullet. Sarah McAtee with a huge contest tonight, our Touchdown Productions player of the game. Sarah, we'll let you go take a little bit of cough medicine there and maybe even get that voice back before you don't need that voice real badly, do you? Congratulations on an excellent contest. Congratulations on this 60-55 thriller here from Ali Gymnasium in Nevada Union.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah McAtee, our Touchdown Productions player of the game. Well, Alan, I think I'll have to go home and take a Valium after that. My gosh, that was a heck of a contest. Nevada Union bent but did not break, much the same as they did towards the latter part of the season when they had to beat McClatchy the second time, when they had to beat Kennedy the second time. This team is finding a way to win, but they've got to be called the Heart Attack Kids at some point in time.
Well, you know, close games like this, it'll help them down the line because it shows that they know how to win and that they got the heart in them to come and win these close games.
So round 1 is complete. It's the first of 4 games that the Miners need to win in order to progress to the final date at Arco Arena on our road to Arco Arena. This NorCal Game of the Week has been underwritten by Liberty Motors. The Alkenbrecht family hopes you've enjoyed tonight's Playoff League telecast.
Hanson Brothers Construction and HB Reynolds. The Hanson family supports high school sports and other youth activities in the foothills.
Suburban Propane. Suburban Propane is proud of all of our playoff-bound foothill teams.
Beam Easy Living Center. The Beam Center is proud to support NU athletics.
Port of Subs. The Argento and Larimer families congratulate the Lady Miners on a great season.
BNC True Value Home and Garden Center. BNC salutes the character of high school sports.
Golden Green Equipment Rentals. The Olson family can hardly wait for the Lady Miners softball season.
Dokamos East Main Pharmacy. The Dokamos family is an NU family.
And by Touchdown Productions, simply the best in high school sports television. You've seen a heartthrobber tonight, and be sure and tune in next week on your NorCal Game of the Week as we follow all the local teams on their road to Arco Arena and the section title. Our next broadcast will be right back here at Ali Gymnasium as the Metro League champion Nevada Union Miners take Davis in their opening round of the CIF playoffs, exclusively on our Foothill network of stations, ACTV, Channel 20 in Auburn, Seabridge Connections, Channel 23 in Alta Sierra and Colfax, Lake of the Pines, Channel 7 in Bear River, and ANCTV, Channel 11 in Nevada City, Grass Valley. Our executive producer-director of tonight's telecast, Gilbert M. Dominguez.
Chiron operator and replay, Brandon Duckett.
Announcers Jim Adams and Alan Barros.
Camera operators Danny Rasmussen, Ross Wisniewski, and Chris Glass.
Office manager Patty Costa.
Technical engineer Paula Mikulski.
Touchdown accounting Aero Business Solutions.
Remote facilities, of course, the Commander.
Commander Maintenance is by Plaza Tire and Auto Service.
Stats courtesy of MaxPreps.com.
Check out our broadcast times. Just go to theunion.com or pick up a copy of the Union newspaper. You'll see our upcoming telecast times.
And we're always interested to hear your feedback. You can write to us, 1205 Nevada City Highway. Give us a call or email us.
You can always look at us at the World Wide Web at touchdownproductions.com. We're going to go and rest up until tomorrow night when the boys take the court. For Alan Barros, Gil Dominguez, and our entire Touchdown Productions team, this is Jim Adams reminding you that you have been watching exclusive telecast of the Lady Miners on the Touchdown Productions television network. Good night, everybody.